Beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. My name is June. Yeah, I haven't seen you in quite a while. I'm at work today. Today I'm working with the elderlies. Good morning. I'm in Jamaica. Today I figure I just want to talk a little about mental health and mental disorders. It's a thing these days. Very, very important topic these days. Because many of us, we know at least someone who might have a mental illness or maybe some mental disorder. So I figure that it might be a nice time to talk about it. Many persons, confuse mental illness with some kind of neurological disease. But not every brain disorder is a mental illness. And we need to be aware of situations where we have a brain disorder as opposed to a mental illness, and that these conditions can be treated professionally. We might know persons, suffering from Parkinson's disease or maybe epilepsy. Even though these are classified as neurological diseases, they are not really mental illnesses, and they are treated quite differently from mental illnesses. So what do we classify as a mental illness? To be classified as a mental illness, one has to have their condition checked out. Yeah? A diagnosis needs to be had. Oftentimes we see persons maybe on the street or even in our homes, and they are acting outside of what we would consider normal, and then we say, oh, this person is mad, this person is out of their mind, and then we start to diagnose the illness, which is really, really incorrect. There are certain criteria that are laid down, and these criteria are what will educate us or what will advise us as to whether the person is suffering from a mental disorder. The criteria, and I'm reading now, the criteria for diagnosis of mental health disorder are laid out in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorder, or what is better known as the DSM-5. DSM-5, okay? And this DSM-5 details more than 20 broad categories of mental disorders. All right, so you can go and do your own research. Put it into Google, the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorder. Let us educate ourselves. In this way, we can help ourselves, we can help our brother or our sisters, we can help our society as a whole. And that is what we need to be doing. Conditions such as schizophrenia, bipolar disorders, depressive disorders, obsessive compulsive disorders, persons we know, they just start maybe hoarding things, or start pulling their hair, and we're wondering how this person is behaving in this manner. We can't just take it for granted. Post-traumatic stress disorder, that comes on at any time. Trauma is bad. What about feeding and eating disorder, anorexia and bulimia? All these need to be considered when we are talking about mental disorders and mental illnesses. So we don't just see a person on the street and say, oh, he's acting out of the norm, so he is the one or she's the one who has a mental health situation going on. No, their mental health is compromised. And even in our home, we see persons, family members being withdrawn. They are acting in ways outside of the norm. We need to figure out what is happening. They need to be seen by a psychiatrist, by persons who are professionally trained, who are educated in that area. The area of psychiatry, the area of brain and brain disorders and mental illnesses. So we need to educate ourselves. There are a lot of information out there, so we can start our research at home. Many persons, who suffer from mental illnesses and mental disorders, will start the hallucination process, which, in this regard, the sensory organs are overacting.
Yes.
Right?
This and that at the same time.
Yes, this and that at the same time. You are smelling, you are feeling, you are seeing. The sensory organs, they are overacting. And you are hearing voices, you are smelling stuff, olfactory nerves are doing their whole thing. Yes, it's all over, right? And we have to recognize.
It feel like it's bubbling like, but afterwards we just be me and I'm fine.
And all right, just like that. I am at the home where I work, and I am having, I'm doing this video, but then one of my resident, she is part of my conversation right now. You can't see her, but I'm sure you hear her in the background. She is putting her 2 cents. She's adding to our conversation at this time. Our children might be, suffering from fear, phobia. And they tell us that, Mommy, I am scared to be in this room. And what we say, go in the room. There's nothing wrong in there. There's no ghost. There's no element in there for you to be afraid of. And then we insist that the child go and face whatever demon the child is afraid of. There are ways to help this child cope and to get over this phobia. It can't be rushing. Climb the ladder. Sit on the roof. Go in the water. No. There are many different phobias, and we need to be aware of these phobias. Help our children, help our loved ones in this respect. Mental illness is real. Many of us become delusional, whether it's delusion of grandeur, persecutory, jealousy, whatever it is. When you are living with your significant other and all of a sudden a good relationship gone sour based on what? Perceived jealousy. Delusion of jealousy. Then there is no happiness in the home, and then you don't have the eye to recognize that no, something is off. I have been with my partner many years, and she has never accused me. He has never accused me. And I myself know that I am walking the straight and narrow. In what? Whatever. Yes, I am not being an infidel. There's no infidelity here. But my partner has started to accuse me. Or all of a sudden, yes, they are fearful of any such thing that will hurt them. Thank you. Very, 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 very well said. All right. And there may be our child, all of a sudden, my child has become the president of the US in his mind, and he's expressing that he is the president of the US, or he is a well-known athlete, or he is some god. Yes, and he starts speaking to the wind, the sun, and all of that. That's a sign of a mental disorder. Something is happening. A sign of mental illness. We have to stop playing the professional of a psychiatrist and recognize that our loved one needs to see the professional and to be properly diagnosed and treated.
Mom, you are the greatest lady I've seen.
Thank you. So, okay, as I said, I'm at work, so you will hear other persons in the background. I will not edit it out. I work at an elder care facility, and of course, we are familiar with our elders having conversations with us, having conversations with themselves, having conversations with even their children who are not on location. So we know that. So this is a little rant, a little bit on psychiatry. We need to be aware that mental illness is real. It is part of our home. It is part of the society. And we have to do our best to have our loved one diagnosed and treated. My name is June. Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to share the video, comment, like. Give me a subscription. I can't stop? I can't make the video any longer. I would love to. No, I have to.
You have it. You have it in you.
Yes, but I can't go. I have to stop. God knows, right? Failure, God knows.
This is good. doing what and come back. Right, you see.
Yes, I know. And thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Help me to grow. All right?
Yep.
God bless you.
Fantastic.
Peace.
Fantastic.